Howdy, Javad is here. In this video, we are going to learn how to model complex walls in Revit. We will learn stack walls and we will learn all of the advanced tools that we have for Revit. This is the fourth session of Revit beginner course. Make sure to check the playlist. I will put the link in the description. And even if you haven't followed the course and you just want to learn advanced tools for Revit walls in Revit, it doesn't matter, you can follow along with this video too. As you can see on the screen, sometimes our walls are not that simple and we need some additional details for sweeps, for revels, and the things that we are seeing here. First of all, in Revit, we have two ways to create more complex walls. We have a stack wall right here. As you can see, we have a wall that is combined with two wall or three wall or more. But we have some tools and advanced tools in basic walls too to create more complex walls. We have some advanced tools in basic walls like reveal that will we can say cut the wall. We have wall sweep that we can use for cornice, and we have split layers to be able to create different kind of materials in vertical placement too. Okay, that was it, and let's learn all of these in this session. Let's go to the level 1 and let's create a new wall with the things that we saw in this here. Let's create let's select the wall tool in here and let's go to the edit type. Let me bring a basic wall first and let's create a advanced basic wall first, and then we will go and talk about the stack walls too. Let's go to the edit type, and in here let me zoom in and let's go to the edit structure, and in here let me make it a little bit smaller, and the sample height is just for here, so let me make the sample height a little bit shorter, something like 1 meter or 2 meter. That's great, and we have the layers in here too. I want a concrete casting site for the core part of my wall. I want to put it on 15 centimeter, and I want another layer at the top of it to be a substrate layer, and it's gonna be a, for example, cement. Let me create a new material and let's put it on cement or mortar, whatever you name it, and let me select appropriate appearance for it. It doesn't really matter, and let's put the graphic part on shaded too. I don't want to talk about the patterns here. Click on OK, and the thickness is gonna be about 2 centimeter. At the top of this mortar we have for example stone or tile. Let's click on insert and let's put it on finish, and let's create a material for it. Let's call it stone. That's great, and let's select stone from material library, something like this. Click on graphic and put it on graphic appearance too, and let's put the thickness of it on 2.5 centimeter. And at the interior part I'm going to create a wall for example for my wet places like kitchen, like bathroom, and those places. So I have to put some waterproofing layers. Let's click on insert and let's bring it down. In here let me put it on substrate and let's put it on 2 centimeter, and this is gonna be cement, but it will we need to split this to height of, for example, 60 centimeter and make it waterproofing material. To do that, click on insert and create a new layer with 0 thickness right now. Let's put it on a substrate and let me bring it down. And to be able to split this, let me change the color of cement And let me make it a little bit lighter and shaded to be able to work better. And now I want to split this wall in two parts. First 60 centimeters is gonna be waterproofing material, and the other part's gonna be cement. So to do that, click on in here. You have to have these options. If you don't have them and or it is grayed out, make sure to put the view on the second part, not the second mode. Put it on section mode. If put on the first part or floor plan, you can't see it. You can use these tools, but when it is on section, you can all of the tools that we have here. Then in here, make sure to say goodbye to escape key on your keyboard, because when you press escape once, it will cancel all of the things that you have done. To create a new layer or to split this layer, in here click on a split region and then hover over the pen tool on the layer that you want to split. For example, I want to split this one. Click once and you will have this additional line that we have in here. Then click on modify and then select the line in here, and then you can specify the exact fixed distance and length that you want. For example, let me put it on 60 centimeter, and then let me assign a waterproofing material to this. Let me search. Or let me search for proofing. This is, I'm gonna use this one. I'm not going to go in detail for materials in this video. Click on OK. And let me, okay, we have created new layer. Select the new layer with 0 thickness and then click on assign layer and then click on here. And then as you can see, this part is different with this part right now. But let me make the damp roofing a little bit darker to be different from the cement part. And now you can see the difference in here. And now I need another 1 centimeter mortar or cement at the top of this layer. So let's create a new layer. Let's bring it down. Let me put it on substrate. Let's copy this name and paste it here. Revit will recognize the material name, and let's put it on 1 centimeter. And now we have another layer in here. But the problem is here that we don't need any line between these two because they are same materials. To get rid of this line in here, click on merge regions and click on this line in here. And now we can see exact thing and exact detail that we need in our wall. And then even you can delete this layer and you don't need it anymore, and the walls will stay same. And then you can insert another layer, and let me put it on finish. And now we can assign a tile at the top of this one. Let's create a new material. Let's name it tile. And let's assign a ready to use tile from Autodesk library to be able to make a finish for this one. Go to ceramic and in here click on tile and let's select this one, for example. And let's go to the graphic tab and check the user render appearance. Click on OK. And let's put the thickness on 1.5 centimeter. Even you can type the centimeter unit, and then you need to specify the unit after it, and then Revit will convert it to meter, that is your default unit. Click on OK, and now we have our first wall that we had in this picture. As you can see, we can see this detail in here. Let me create this wall in our floor plan. For example, in here, let me put it on level 1 to level 2, and let's put the base of it on 0. Let's create this wall. We will adjust it in 3D. I will talk about the section box, just turn it off. And in here, we have the new wall that we've created for ourselves. We can't see any layer in here. To see it, you need to go in section, or you need to create a section for this wall that we have in here. To create a section for this wall in here, we can use section box tool. To use section box tool, you can activate it from properties and in here, and you have to activate the section box, and then you have the section box in here when you turn it on, and you need to adjust the region of it manually and to see the details of wall that you have. But this is really hard and time consuming. To prevent from this, let me turn off the section box. Choose the element that you want to use section box on it, and then go to the modify tab, and in here we have a tool section box, or you can use SX for it. Click on it, and then the section box will adjust itself to the region that you have selected. And now in 2D we can see the details that we provided to our model really easily. Let me put it on realistic, and you can see it much better in here too. We have the tiles, we have the mortar or cement, we have the proofing, damp proofing or waterproofing, and then we have our core and other layers. That was the first thing that we can do in basic walls. But we have other options too. We can create sweeps and revels too, to add or subtract a profile from your wall section. To do that, let's go to this is okay. Let's select this one and let's go to 3D, and let's go to the edit structure of this wall. Let's go to the edit again, and let me make it a little bit smaller. In here we have two other tools that are really important for us. We have sweeps, we have revels. To understand these tools better, I've prepared a picture for you. You can see the additional part that we can add to our walls or wall sweeps. It can be any profile that you need. For example, you can use manufacturer profiles for corners of your walls, or any shape that you want to create on your walls, or even you can use that profiles to subtract them from your walls, so they are revel. They are different with wall sweeps, so make sure to don't confuse between them, and they are really helpful to create better walls and walls with better details. To create a sweep and to add a sweep to your wall, click on sweep in here, and you will have this new window in here. You will see the list of sweeps in here. You can add multiple sweeps in just to one wall. For example, in some walls you need to use 3 or 4 sweeps to achieve the exact shape that you want to have in your walls. To add a new sweep, click on add, and in here you will have a new option in here. Click on apply to see it. This is the default profile that we have. The shape that will create your sweep is our profile. It is a default profile in here. I will create a new profile in this episode too, to show you the power of sweeps. And then we have the material of this sweep. For example, we can assign gypsum to it. Let me click on gypsum and click on OK. And now then you have the distance. We can specify the distance from the bottom of the wall or from the top of the wall. The sweep that I want to create is at the base of the wall, and the distance gonna be 0. But if you have a wall, for example, and you want to create a sweep at, for example, 20 centimeter from the base of the wall, you need to specify 20 centimeter in here and click on apply, and you will see this in here. But let me put it on 0 and click on apply. If I would put the base on top, let me click on OK. It will put the sweep at the top of the wall, or you need to specify, for example, about 10 centimeter in here to have it at the top of the wall, or you can use minus numbers to bring it done to put it in here, or even lower, something like minus 50 centimeter. It depends on you, but right now I want to put it on base and I want to put it on 0 and click on apply. And then we have orientation that you can use, parallel to ground or parallel to face. It's not really useful right now. It's just useful for a slanted walls, not for here. And for the side, it is on exterior. If you would put it on interior, definitely it will put the sweep in this way, in this side, and even you can use offsets to bring it in or bring it out. For example, in this example that we have, a sweep, our sweep is a little bit inner in our wall. This is the right detail for the thing that I was looking for, but you can work on your details for yourself too. For example, let me click on OK and let me zoom in a little bit in here, and let's go to sweeps again, and I can create an offset in here, for example minus 2 centimeter. As you can see, it will go in your walls. But if you want to your sweeps subtract the parts that they are intersecting each other, make sure to check the, let me make it a little bit bigger. Make sure to check the cut wall option in here. Let me make it, I can make it bigger in here. Cut wall, make sure to check the cut wall in here to have a right detail in here. And I'm not put it on cuttable. I will talk about it later. You don't need it right now. We will talk about it in walls and those kind of parts, but most of the time we need it to be cuttable. And then we are good to go. Click on OK and we are good to go. But click on OK and let's see preview from it. We can see this in here, but I don't like the profile. I want a more maybe more beautiful profile. To create a profile and to load it in here, or you can download the families from internet, or you can create one for yourself. To create one for yourself, you need to go to the file menu and from here click on new, click on family, and in RVT, for example 2021, go to the or 2022, it depends on your version. Go to the family templates, select the country that you are in, and I am going to use English. And in here we have a environment which is metric generic profile or metric profile. This is the one that we need, metric profile. Click on open and we are good to go, and we will go to another environment, and this is completely different. But don't confuse, it's not really that hard. Just use the line in here and create the profile that you want, for example. But make sure to create your profile in this quarter, not here, not here, or not here, just here. I will show you why. Just for example, let's create about 3 centimeter line and about maybe 10 centimeter high, and let's create a cornice for ourselves, something like this. As I said, you can download the manufacturer profiles too very easily. This is a simple cornice that I'm going to create and load it into your project. But if you would do that, you can't receive any profile in wall sweep option. You need to go to the family again, and in here make sure in properties put the profile usage on wall sweep, and that's great. And load it again into your project and overwrite it. And now let's go to 3D and let's select our wall. Let's go to the edit type, and in here let's go to the sweeps again, and in here in profile part change it to the family that you have created and click on apply. As you can see, we have our sweeps in here, but let's get rid of this offset right now. click on apply, and that's great. And maybe a little bit in, something like -1 would be okay, and click on OK, click on OK. And now we will have our new cornice and our new sweep in our walls. That was it. And now we can do the same for revels and to subtract from our walls too. Let's go to the walls edit type again. Let's go to the edit. Let me make this one a little bit smaller, and let's zoom in, and let's go to revels this time. The profiles are in revels and sweeps are the same, so if you have one profile in sweep, you can use it in revels too. Click on add, and in here, as you can see, we have too many profiles in here too, but let me put it on default. Click on apply. This is the profile, but you need to bring it a little bit upper, maybe about 10 centimeter. I want to create a small bond in here and a small subtract in here, so I'm going to put it on 10 centimeter from the base, and all of the options are same fit wall sweep. Click on OK. As you can see, click on OK, click on OK, and now I have a big big reveal on my wall, but I want to create a new one for it. So let's go to let me close this one, and let's go to the file menu, new again, click on file menu, new, family, and let's find the metric profile again. Let's open it, and let's create our profile in here. I want a simple rectangle in here, and the dimensions are gonna be about 1 centimeter to about 1 centimeter. And in here, make sure to put the generic on reveal in here. Sorry, I said that they are same, but they are not same. And then load it into your project. And then let's go to 3D and let's select the wall. Let's go to the edit type, and let's go to edit the structure again, and reveal part. We can change the profile of it to family 1. It is on sweeps. Let's go to reveal, sorry. And in here, let me put it on family 2. And now we have the things that we are looking for in here. Oh, that's great for me. And let me put the sweeps to the exact place that it was. And now I want something like this. Click on OK, click on OK. And now we have this detail in our wall very easily. Even you can create some sweeps, for example, in here very easily with these exact tools, and there is no limitation in them, and we can create 2 complex walls with this method. Before diving into stack walls, make sure to like and subscribe us, and make sure to share this course with your friends and colleagues. It will help me to create more tutorials like this. As I said, stack walls are a combination between 2 basic walls. So in here, in this part that you can see in this part, this is the fixed part and first basic wall, and this part is the second basic wall, and this is at the top of the first wall. So in the first basic wall, this layer, this layer, this layer, this layer are same in both walls, but after them, for the first wall and for the fixed part, we have 2 different layers with the layers that we have in the top one. I mostly use basic walls and modified basic walls, but sometimes in rare cases, or in some cases we can say, we have to use stack walls, and it is much faster in comparison with the using all of the tools that we have in modified walls. To create a stack wall, first of all, you need to create your 2 basic walls. Let's go to the wall tool or press WA and click on edit type. And in here, let me make it a little bit smaller. Let me change it to a generic wall. Let me duplicate it and let's rename it part 1. Click on OK, and then you have your you need to create your layers. Let me assign it to concrete. After creating your part 1 wall, let's create the second wall. To do that, click on OK. Let's create a duplicate from this one and let's name it part 2. Click on OK and let's go to the edit wall again. And in here, I want to delete the tile part and I want to create another tile with more thickness, or we can say I want to create another material in here. We can say it in that way too. Let me put it on finish and let's put it on, I don't know, just a different material, it doesn't matter. And let me put the thickness on maybe 2 centimeter and click on OK and OK. That's great. And now after creating your 2 walls, you need to go to the walls again, and in the stack walls, click on stack walls, click on edit. As you can see, this is a completely different edit type. Let's click on duplicate and let's name it test to create a new stack wall. Let's click on edit. Let me put the sample height on 2 meter. In here, you can see this is 2 walls, and you can't, you don't edit the layers here. You just specify the basic wall types in here to create your complex walls. For example, for the first wall, let me put it on part 1 that we created, and you can see in here. And for the second part, let me put it on part 2, and this is the second one. But let me make them reverse. I want part 1 in here and part 2 in here. And now for the variable part, which is gonna be in here, it's gonna be variable. For example, if your walls is 4 meter, you have a fixed part, something like 1 meter for fixed part of your walls, and then the other part is variable. So for the first one, or for this part or variable part, you only can change the offset of it. For example, when you put it on 10 centimeter, it will go forward, or you can send it backward. This is not that hard. Let me put it on 0, and even you can flip the wall and it will flip the layers, as you can see in here, but I don't want to use them right now. And for this fixed part that we have here, you can specify the fixed part of your fixed part. Let me put it on 1 meter or maybe 70 centimeter, and I don't want any offset. Let's click on OK, click on OK, and let's create our wall in here. Let me press a space once. As you can see, we have our wall in here. Let me bring it in section box and let me create a section from it. You can see these layers are same, but the last layer are different in 2 basic walls, so it will give you this kind of walls, and you can work with it, and you can create more complex shapes too very easily. And now, after we've learned complex walls in Revit, I want to teach you how to use sections and modify tabs. But we will put it for next videos, because I want to title each video with those tools to be able to use them too. I hope this video has been helpful for you. Please, if it was, please don't forget to like this video and share it with your friends and colleagues. I will put the link for free Revit Architecture course playlist in here, so make sure to go there and check other sessions too. I will see you on the next session.